This is part 20 of A Link Between Worlds, and this part I'll be going around collecting some heart pieces and some Maiamais, so another exciting, thrilling ride right here of entertainment.
It's kind of such a contrast. We started the last part by appearing in
Cutscene,
Castle with the cutscene. It was so dark, and we start this part just in the middle
like in Hyrule, it's nice and peaceful again, which, like, you know, I kind of complain about not going back to Hyrule so much, but it is kind of nice, like, seeing, like, you know, all the ruins and the crumbling of Lorule to kind of go back to something that's just a little bit more happy.
Yeah, it's more cheerful over there.
You know, this is a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it was just such a contrast between the last part
and this part. It was just what I love about Lorule. And I mean, same way with Link to the Past. That's the same thing between the Light World and the Dark World.
And as you mentioned, we're pretty much gonna be just collecting these items again. Just like we did in Hyrule, we're gonna try to get stuff when we can.
Yeah.
You know?
So we don't enter our first dungeon of these hideout until part 25. But like you said, like since this game, like you could go almost anywhere. Like you remember Link to the Past, like once you can only go in certain areas, you had to have that hammer to go to the next area.
Yep, or the hook shot.
Well, with Link Between Worlds, you can go almost anywhere. So there's just a ton of stuff we can collect. And I actually ended up doing more than I wanted to because it's better on heart pieces. Like I could get the exact number of heart pieces to get another heart container, so I actually ended up doing a little bit more than I wanted to.
And we'll actually be needing those heart containers in the next part when we tackle the treacherous tower.
Oh, yes, that is true. Now, what you're seeing me do right there, the crack is, a lot of times I just do that right there, just to kind of get to come up on the map.
Yeah.
So, like, if I see one, I'm like, well, go ahead and put it on the map so I know it's there.
It's a really smart idea, to be honest. Plus, you never know when you're going to go through one. Well, I mean, we kind of know because we've played this game.
Yeah, and we also reviewed the video for commentary, so.
But when you go through one of those, though, and you, like, are you going to be on a ledge where there's a Maiamais you couldn't reach before? I just really liked that.
Yeah.
Speaking of things I really liked, sorry not to cut you off there. Being able to
I'll bring my next point after you're done.
Being able to see the painting of the sage that we just walked by, just out in the middle of the woods like that.
Yeah.
It felt so weird.
At first of all, I can't believe I dodged that dactyl right there. But like I love Skull Woods. I'm not a huge fan of the dungeon.
Yeah.
But I just love the layout of this place. Now I wish it would have had a different theme. Like
Me too.
The Lost Woods has a different theme than Hyrule. But here we got the same theme as Lorule, so that's one thing I don't like about the Skull Woods.
As much as we do love the Lorule theme, don't get us wrong. But yeah, it'd be nice if the different area had a different music. Like Death Mountain has its different music.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Love that
so
music.
awesome.
And like I said, the Lost Woods in Hyrule has a different music.
Here I am saying I have a few complaints about this game. I've complained twice in the last two videos, so I gotta get on a more positive track now.
Hey, Maiamais, there's your positive
track. Me, I don't have many negative things to say about this game.
It's just when they hit, they're often like a couple of them at once. You know?
I did hate the enemies though, because man, like we said, they were tough, especially the beginning stages.
Yeah, plus it just felt. It almost felt cheap because like you get the Master Sword, you get the sword upgrade, you're like, oh, I'm like a total.
But then the enemies are harder, so it's almost like having your what's the Captain Sword? The first sword's Captain Sword. It's almost like having a Captain Sword again.
It really is. Now if you go back into Hyrule, then yeah, your Master Sword's pretty awesome. But man, when you first come into Lorule, you're like, did I really get a sword upgrade?
Yes, exactly. Well, you got the beam though.
Oh, the beam is awesome.
The beam is huge right there.
We use that pretty heavily when we can. Thankfully, we don't get hit too often, so it's nice to have it.
Like, you know, we're doing all this stuff right now. Like I said, like, this is a Let's Play, but we also knew where everything was at, and we wanted to get kind of early because the more hearts, the better.
Definitely.
So, like, this is kind of, I guess, more of the walkthrough part of the game right here that we're doing. Like, if you want to, you can go ahead and go to these hideout, or whichever dungeon you actually want to, except for Desert Palace.
And that's something, not to go like totally off topic, because you know we never do that.
No.
But that's something we actually
it's nice to go off topic sometimes. Sometimes we need to go off topic.
Because you guys are probably bored with us picking up Maiamais, but
that's no way. There's no way. This is exciting stuff, Red.
That's actually something we spent a lot of time debating, was what order we wanted to do the dungeons in, to be honest, because our first thought was like, we just didn't want to do them in the same order as A Link to the Past.
Yes,
similar to what we did in Hyrule.
Yes.
We just wanted to mix it up a little bit. But we actually spent a lot of time like debating the merits.
And then switched all of them.
Yeah.
No, but there actually is like a strategy to our chaos of which dungeons we chose. Now we will be doing Thieves Hideout first in part 25 because that will free some person. I don't even know if it's a girl or a guy. I think it's a girl actually.
It's a girl, yeah.
We'll get the sand rod from it, which will allow us to enter the Desert Palace. And then like throughout Lorule, we won't talk about everything we do in order, but there is a strategy to the dungeons that kind of helps out with certain things.
And we'll get into that a little bit as we get into each of the dungeons. Just to give you a sense of why we do it.
You know, like, we do get all of our items from Ravio, well, except for the sand rod.
Except for the sand rod, yeah.
Actually, now I'm confusing myself. We actually do get the sand rod from Ravio, but we got to do something to help somebody out first to get it to be for sale in Ravio's shop.
Now, I really like... I know we've kind of had our issues with Hilda interrupting us every time we walk into the world. But I kind of liked... She said, like, this used to be a very holy place. And she's like, obviously now it couldn't be anything further from. And I'm like, I wonder what used to be there. Obviously, in Hyrule, it's the sanctuary.
Yes.
But in Lorule, it makes you wonder...
Well, this was like a cave.
Yeah.
That's all that a holy cave place right there, so...
Speaking of that cave, this is a point you brought up that I didn't realize. You saw us grab a red, a green, and a blue rupee in there. And you said that the green...
The red's only there once. The red's only there that first time. And then the blue and the green will be available after that, but the red will never be available, which I didn't really get. I mean, I know it's worth more money, but I didn't really understand that. But I don't know what we're doing over here, to be honest with you. We're getting Maiamais right here in this tree, I know that.
Yeah, that's
as I lose my voice, but... I think we get like a silver rupee down here, but...
We do.
You know what? One thing about Lorule, and we also had this with Link to the Past in the Dark World, that green water right there. I just love the contrast right there. And it makes it just feel like... I wouldn't say it's more dirty exactly, but it feels like it's got some evil in it.
Yeah. And I like seeing that waterfall going off the cliff into that big canyon right there. Just like a green waterfall. Actually looked really cool.
I mean, I noticed that obviously playing this game so many times as I have, but I just didn't think about it right there. But it's really like, you know, you have some of those images that are just your favorite in the game. And actually, the waterfall right there falling into like a bottomless canyon is one of the better images, I think, in the game.
And it really shows you like, holy crap, this world is falling apart.
Yes.
You know, it is in bad shape.
Well, our world's starting to fall apart too with all these cracks everywhere.
Well, and that's something that Hilda mentioned back in part 19. Well, it had to have been 19, I think. We just met.
That's the only part we've done. Commentary night. Well, on commentary night, that's the only part we've done so far.
Yeah. But she said
as people watching part 20 are like, what in the world are these guys talking about?
But Hilda mentions that like what Yuga did to like resurrect Ganondorf brought the two worlds even closer together than they already were, and that's why all the cracks started appearing. That's why we...
Well, here's the thing, like, I didn't want to be dragged into this.
No,
like, we were perfectly happy in Hyrule. Yeah. Well, actually, Yuga came over, so... Yeah. I guess we kind of do something. Actually, I guess it's better that the worlds were brought closer together because we had to do something about it.
Can't someone other than Link be the hero for once, though?
Did Yuga come from Lorule? Like, I believe he did.
I believe so, because I think Hilda says, I should have found a way to warn you that he was coming to your world. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know if that means that he's from there or
if he is from there, like, where did he come from there?
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys.
Like, was he like a Thieves Town resident? Was he a Skulls Woods resident?
It's like, come on, guys, you can't handle your own bad guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your Link at?
Well, I mean, you see what he can do. I mean, he can turn people into paintings. Would you mess with that guy?
Nope.
He would get free drinks at the bar anytime that he wanted to.
That's where I would be.
I'd get him drunk, and I'd take his little rod or whatever he uses to create the paintings.
I turn him into a painting and then light it on fire.
Yeah, that's pretty harsh there, Red. I mean, but that's how you beat the game.
That's how you beat it.
Well, you don't actually beat the game by lighting a paint on fire, but you know
that's how I would. Darn it,
the adventure would be over.
Yeah. Now I kind of cracked up here. We walked in here and Ravio asked us if we'd been using his quick equip, and if you remember from a few parts earlier, we were like, no, we never used it. But we went ahead and lied to Ravio's face and told him that we'd been using it.
Now we will actually be upgrading. Well, I thought it was right here, but it's not. But we will be upgrading our first item here. I think actually we enter a couple parts. Mother Maiamais cave. Yeah. But the bomb is actually one of the items that's really nice to upgrade.
Yes,
so
it is.
A recommendation is to buy the bomb pretty early in the game.
And that's why you saw us buy the bomb.
Yeah, because it's got a bigger explosion. It's just, it like hurts enemies more, which all the upgrades actually do that. But
that and the rods, I think, are the best ones.
The bomb is just a really nice upgrade. But anyways, that'll go ahead and wrap up part 20 of A Link Between Worlds.